My friend owns a clothing store. In the past, her business was doing pretty well, with customers constantly coming in and out. But since the beginning of this year, the number of customers has dropped significantly. The store is no longer as crowded as it used to be. Revenue has started to stall, and managing money has become more difficult. After hearing her story, I decided to stop by and visit her shop. When I got there, I noticed that the area right in front of the entrance was quite damp and had not been properly cleaned. I am not completely sure if this was the reason or not, but according to Feng Shui, it is believed that if the main entrance stays damp for a long time without being cleaned, it can actually lead to financial loss. So, I showed her how to use vinegar to clean the entrance area. About a month later, she messaged me to say that her store had started to get busier again and her revenue was improving. And if you are also dealing with financial loss, money slipping away beyond your control, or your family keeps running into bad luck, then today's video will show you how to cleanse negative energy using a very familiar household ingredient, which is vinegar. Now, let's get started. To understand why sprinkling vinegar in front of your door can improve financial luck, you first need to look at the true role of the main entrance. In traditional Eastern Feng Shui architecture, a house is seen as a dynamic energy ecosystem where different energy flows are constantly moving and directly interacting with people. Within this system, the main door, also known as the energy gate, acts as the critical checkpoint that determines the rise, decline, and overall vitality of the entire home. Maintaining purity in this area goes far beyond ordinary physical cleaning. It is considered a spiritual cleansing ritual meant to remove negative energy and welcome positive life energy. Using vinegar as a cleansing catalyst is an ancient practice that combines folk wisdom with the principles of the 5 elements, helping to neutralize negative vibrations and restore a healthier living environment for the homeowner. From an energy perspective, the main door is the intersection between internal and external energy. It is the very first point where energy from the universe and society enters the living space. So when this energy gate is affected by dirt, unpleasant odors, or lingering negative energy from unfortunate events, the incoming energy flow becomes distorted immediately. At that point, pure positive energy can transform into harmful or stagnant energy, leading to blockages in financial flow and even affecting the health of family members. At the same time, the buildup of negative energy around the entrance often happens quietly through everyday interactions. Visitors carrying stress or anxiety, conflicts from outside that are brought back home, or even environmental pollution can all leave behind harmful energy imprints at the doorway. The door itself, and especially the handle, are the first points of contact where external energy tends to accumulate. The steps and threshold serve as the boundary between inside and outside, often becoming places where energy gets stuck. Even small gaps, hidden corners, or the doormat can hold the heaviest concentration of negative or stagnant energy. If these areas are not regularly cleansed with vinegar-based solutions, this buildup can create an invisible barrier that blocks opportunities, luck, and financial growth for the homeowner. The act of sprinkling vinegar at the main entrance is considered a metaphysical method to break down long-standing negative energy structures. When vinegar is spread around the doorway, it works to release energetic pressure, restore the balance between opposing forces, and reopen the flow of energy in the entryway. This is a key step in re-establishing harmony and ensuring that prosperity and positive energy can flow smoothly into the home. Because the main door determines the energy entering the house, the substance used to cleanse it must carry a strong and effective force. Decoding the energy of vinegar. According to the 5 elements, natural fermentation represents the resilient life force of the wood element, symbolizing growth, expansion, and the ability to break through stagnation. At the same time, the sour taste, associated with the metal element, carries a sharp, cutting energy capable of stripping away and severing negative energy clinging to the main entrance. This combination of wood and metal creates a balanced force that both breaks down low-frequency energy and stimulates the flow of fresh energy, instead of completely wiping out the environment like typical chemical cleaners. Vinegar works by neutralizing negative energy at the entrance. Unpleasant odors or a heavy atmosphere are seen as signs of stagnant or decaying energy. When vinegar is applied, it creates a field that counteracts these low-energy influences, transforming them into a neutral state while forming a protective barrier that blocks harmful energy from entering the home. Different types of vinegar carry different energetic qualities. White vinegar with strong metal energy is best for clearing long-standing negative buildup or after heavy emotional events, helping reset the space with clean, positive energy. Apple cider vinegar, linked to wood generating fire, is often used to maintain uplifting energy and attract opportunities. Rice vinegar, balancing earth and wood, helps stabilize the household and keep financial flow steady. Using vinegar at the main entrance helps restore the overall energy balance of the home. When this area is properly cleaned and refreshed, it uplifts the mood of everyone inside and creates the right conditions to welcome positive energy and good fortune. This is an essential step in activating prosperity, ensuring that every flow of energy entering the home supports long-term success and abundance. Now that we understand how vinegar clears stagnant energy and cleanses the entrance, the next step is to apply it correctly, so negative energy is released and financial energy can flow naturally again. Up next are 3 simple and practical vinegar cleansing techniques you can easily follow. 3 practical vinegar cleansing techniques. Number 1. The vinegar sprinkling method for energy purification. This is the first step, and also the most important one, to open up the flow of positive energy at the main entrance. The purpose of sprinkling vinegar is to spread cleansing energy evenly across the entire energy gateway, helping to remove stagnant energy that has built up at the threshold and awaken a fresh flow of energy into the home. First comes the preparation. The ratio is 1 part pure vinegar mixed with 3 parts clean water. This proportion is strong enough to cleanse the energy field while still being gentle enough to maintain the condition of the door and flooring. If the main entrance is located in a dimly lit area, or if the homeowner is going through a period of low energy or declining luck, you can enhance the mixture by adding warming herbs such as ginger extract or cinnamon essential oil. This creates a kind of energizing aromatic solution with the power to break down even the most stubborn negative energy lingering at the doorway. Once the mixture is ready, use a fresh leafy branch known for its cleansing properties such as pomelo leaves, bay leaves, or chrysanthemum stems. Dip it into the solution and gently sprinkle it around. Every sprinkling motion should be done from the inside of the house, moving outward toward the main door. This action symbolizes pushing away negativity from the home, while also creating a spiritual momentum that clears the path for helpful people and financial opportunities to enter. The area covered by this method should include the entire entrance zone. Pay special attention to sprinkling the 4 corners of the door frame where energy tends to get trapped and form blockages. The steps and the doormat should also be thoroughly cleansed, as these are the places that absorb the most negative energy from the outside world. If using a modern spray bottle, adjust it to a fine mist setting so the vinegar can disperse evenly throughout the entryway. When done correctly, the entrance area will be cleared of damp odors and stagnant energy. The front space becomes clean and open, like a cleared pathway where luck and prosperity can easily find their way into your home. Number 2. The vinegar and salt method for creating a protective barrier. Among Feng Shui cleansing methods, the combination of coarse salt and white vinegar is considered one of the most powerful ways to establish a protective energy barrier at the entrance. Coarse salt carries the essence of earth and sea, belonging to the earth element, with the ability to absorb and contain negative energy accumulating inside the home. Meanwhile, vinegar acts as a wood element activator, triggering the process of dissolving and removing impurities. When these two elements interact, they create a powerful energetic barrier capable of stripping away harmful energy that may follow people from the outside environment into the house. To begin, spread a thin, continuous line of coarse salt along the main doorway threshold. This line of salt acts like an energy absorber, actively capturing all negative and stagnant energy right at the boundary between the inside and outside of the home. To fully activate this barrier, lightly spray pure white vinegar over the layer of salt. The interaction between the acetic acid and salt crystals creates a subtle vibrational reaction at a microscopic level, helping to deeply cleanse lingering energy imprints and neutralize negative forces attempting to enter the home. This method is typically left in place for 2 to 3 hours, or even overnight in cases where the entrance has been heavily affected by negative energy due to unfortunate events. After the process is complete, the salt must be completely swept away and discarded. At this point, the salt has absorbed a full load of negative energy. If it is left to dissolve or sit too long on the floor, it can cause a reverse absorption effect, reducing the effectiveness of the cleansing process. Once properly completed, the energy gateway will be cleansed and stabilized. The flow of positive energy into the home becomes smoother, creating a solid foundation for luck and financial prosperity to remain longer within the living space. Number 3. The Feng Shui Vinegar Bowl Method. For homes located in energetically unfavorable positions, such as facing a cemetery, a hospital, or a road that leads directly into the front door, temporary cleansing is not enough. These situations require a method that maintains continuous purification, and setting up a Feng Shui vinegar bowl is one of the most sustainable energy filtering techniques. This method acts as a silent protective tool, operating day and night, based on the principle of energy absorption to safeguard the entrance. The structure of this bowl is based on the balance of water, earth, metal, and wood elements, helping to keep the entrance stable and clean. First, choose a clean glass or ceramic bowl as the container. This forms the foundation that holds and shapes the energy field. Next, fill about 1/3 of the bowl with coarse salt. This layer serves to absorb and retain negative energy accumulating at the main entrance. Then, add 1 to 2 spoonfuls of white vinegar or apple cider vinegar. The vinegar works to activate the salt, making the absorption and cleansing process more effective. After that, pour clean water into the bowl until it is full. When the salt, vinegar, and water combine, they create a mixture capable of capturing and calming polluted energy at the entrance. This ensures that incoming energy is filtered before spreading throughout the home. If you want to further strengthen financial energy, you can place 6 coins into the bowl. In Feng Shui, the number 6 represents metal energy and is often used to stabilize financial flow and strengthen overall luck. As for placement, the bowl should be positioned discreetly behind the door or on a shoe rack near the entrance, where energy first crosses the threshold into the home. In this location, the vinegar-salt mixture will automatically absorb and neutralize negative energy, unpleasant odors, and harmful vibrations from the outside environment, ensuring that the energy entering the home remains as pure as possible. The effectiveness of this method depends entirely on the homeowner's attention and care. When you notice that the water becomes cloudy, changes color, or the salt begins to crystallize heavily, it is a sign that the bowl has absorbed a significant amount of negative energy. At that point, replacing the bowl is necessary to maintain optimal cleansing performance. Regularly changing the mixture is a way to refresh the energy flow, keeping the entrance clear and preventing any buildup that could negatively affect finances or health. So, in the end, cleansing the main energy gateway with vinegar is really a way for us to learn how to appreciate and take control of our living space. These simple drops of vinegar act as a medium, helping to clear away stagnation and built-up residue, restoring the natural openness and flow of the home. And all of these Feng Shui methods only truly work when they are carried out with a calm and peaceful mindset. When your doorway is kept clean and fresh, That is also the moment your mind becomes ready to welcome positive connections and new financial opportunities. If you still have any questions about Feng Shui or any other topic, feel free to leave a comment below. We will continue to answer them in the next videos. Goodbye for now, and see you again soon.